Hi there, I'm Nicole and welcome to Sheldrake Pilates for Hypermobility. Like and subscribe if you're interested in getting stronger in your hypermobile body with reduced pain and improved proprioception. Today, I want to talk about how to improve shoulder mobility. If you have an asymptomatic hypermobility syndrome, then you may also feel pretty stiff, right? That's the give and take or the lack of give and take between the muscles in a hypermobile body. They're clenching around the joints because the joints are so mobile. So how do we balance that and how do we improve shoulder mobility? Well, the first thing to think of is, are you actually mobilizing or using the shoulder joint? So I thought I would use this fabulous bruise that I got on the weekend from helping a friend move. And it's a lovely visual for my upper arm, my humerus bone. What you want to think of with mobilizing the shoulder is, for example, I'll give you a little quiz here. If I reach my arm out and I am rotating my hand like so, am I mobilizing my shoulder? No. You can see my bruise is staying nice and still. I'm mobilizing my elbow, which is great, and my wrist and my fingers, great. But if I want to mobilize at my shoulder, then you can see the bruise moves as I move that upper arm bone. So we want to make sure as we're working or focusing on mobilizing the shoulder joint, creating more mobility at the shoulder joint, that we're actually paying attention to and using the shoulder joint. So the other thing I often see is things like arm circle. So if I'm doing an arm circle like this, am I mobilizing my shoulder? Yes, but I'm also using a lot of my spine. So what if we dialed it in and made sure that we isolated the movement in this joint? So we made sure our spine was still, and then we're doing our arm circles. Oh, that feels so different, right? From this big swing without much purpose or attention at the joint. In my free shoulder stability starter series, the link of which is down below this video, it's a 5-day mini series, we are working on shoulder stability, which also includes mobility and focusing attention on the shoulder. So if you're interested in more of this, you can check that out. My second tip is to use some proprioceptive feedback to have your brain focus a little bit more on your shoulder. So you can find a weight in your hand, feel the weight in the hand, and this is 2 pounds, I believe. Yeah, a 2-pound weight. And then I'm doing a little circle here. And I'm just noticing, and you could do it down below if that feels better for your shoulder. Have a hand on maybe your torso. Notice if your torso is moving or anything else is moving beyond that upper arm bone. You might need to just check out with your head and notice what is moving. And you can do the same thing in the other direction. The other thing you want to notice with your arm below your shoulder is if your shoulder blade is moving. So that should be stable as you do your circles. Your shoulder blade will move as your arm comes above the level of your shoulder. That is how it's designed to move. If you want a little more feedback on that shoulder blade, you could gently rest the shoulder blade against the wall and then do your circles here, really feeling the shoulder blade against the wall and making sure that it's not moving. All right. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I hope that gave you a little bit different perspective and a little more focus on how to really create mobility in your shoulder joint. And I will see you in the next video.